Yeah. Welcome back. It's TTPFL Tier 2 football. It's Ian Wason and Roll Burke here that will take you through the second match this evening, Defence Force versus RSSR. Dwayne Thomas is starting in goal for Defence Force. Rodel Elcock, a veteran player who played at the highest level in TT Pro League. He's a captain wearing number 6 for Defence Force. Isaiah Farrell, Jerome McIntyre, who's well known. He's also a referee. He did some refereeing in some of the Northern Football Association games. Zebulon O'Brien, Aaron Lester, he's wearing the number 10. Dwight Quintero, who's another player who would have played in Ascension football at the top level for Defence Force. Jamel Sebro, another name that we would have called at the top level. Shem Clausel, another name that we would have known in the Ascension with Central FC, the son of the Judge Dribbler, and Kishon Hackshaw.
Oh, certainly indeed. And welcome back on this magnificent doubleheader as we give you the SSR team. Stephen Farrell, Corey Isaac, Anthony George, Onel Vasquez, Delaton King, Kyle Thomas. Actually, Kyle Thomas is off, and in for him is going to be, is that Kevlon Drayton? Kevlon Drayton, Sean Rogers, Donnell Harewood, Jalen Balcon, Hakim Goldston, and Nathan Kador. So the whistle is gone, and the Defence Force in 11th position in the standings thus far, coming up against the team in number 10 position. Top of the evening to you, Mr. Wilson. Excellent indeed to be in such wonderful and esteemed company.
Well, same here. It's a very good company to be with you at this second game of the doubleheader. And just to mention, Shelley's Hood, she's the boss in charge with a whistle. And Dean Ransom, Adam Mohammed, they are the two that will be assisting her, and Caldwell Orr on the bench as the fourth official.
Oh yes, indeed. Shelley's Hood, wonderful referee, doing human service to her craft. So it's going to be goal kick here. So and just played into the center. And both these two teams definitely would be looking for some victories here this evening, looking to come away with some win. Number 10 and 11 on the table, respectively. Good pass in here. The ball just coming across the face of the goal. And good defensive out into the center. Well played some. Oh, it's infringement. Late attack coming there. And the ref, Ian, looks like she's in a no-nonsense mood already. You know, just making a statement with a whistle.
Yes, of course. She's known to be a no-nonsense lady. Shem uses support. Farrell. Farrell is another player who would have played with him in Central FC during the days of the Ascension football.
Oh, yes, indeed. The good old days. The ball is played back into the half of RSSR. Good touch but football we're seeing displayed by RSSR early in the play. Nice defensive there. Again, good ball possession. Just playing it around everyone, you know, just getting their touches in. And now it's in the two defensive half. Some poor bit of work there by that defender, and the ball is played out. So already we're seeing RSSR trying to, you know, insert their authority, keeping control of the ball, passing it along, nice touch passes, and getting it into that half of the defense force team.
But that was a bit of nonchalant play from defense force. Really laid back from Kishon Hakshaw. A lot of space and time, but in the end didn't make really much of it. Here comes RSSR trying to make something of it. But some good defensive work from Leicester, who's playing a little deep for number 10. Doing a lot of work tracking back, which is always commendable for attacking players.
Certainly indeed, and with the state of the game have evolved so much that some of the attacking players move way into the other half of the defense. Again, that right winger, number 26, already asserting his authority. Some good passes on the inside. Quick hustle here. And we're seeing some good work by the RSSR players back into the goal. And Hakshaw is on the ball. Oh, here, that's a good play. Coming into the third offensive. Oh, I know, excellent bit of defensive work there by the RSSR player. So it's a set play now. It's going to be a corner. First corner of the game. It's going to be taken there by number 3 in Farrell. Isaiah Farrell. Oh, just across the face of the goal. Some poor bit of work here we're seeing by this RSSR team. Very nonchalant in the face of goal. And the defense force players wasting no time. Just keeping that attack on. And these teams number 10 and number 11 on the table. Good bit of run from that man outside there on the far right. Ball is played out of play. The throw in from the far right coming in now. And defense force, good control thus far. Keeping possession. Oh, very interesting defensive work from that man. Farrell. Probably, I know that he was so eager to get the ball out of play, but and not having the presence of mind to know that he was that close to his goal. But his keeper just touching that one out. So another corner. And it's going to be that man, Akil Morris, another veteran on the circuit, as this one. Well stopped outside there by the man at the near post. And the counter attack is on into the center play. Oh, but just broken down. Again, back into defense force. A shot at goal. And what a take there by, is that Thomas? Good attack there by defense force, but well saved there by so the ball is on throw in from the left side of the field. Defense force. Good bit of work there from that man. Coming in, looking to keep the ball out of that defensive third. Defense force, having played 6 games thus far on 7 points, 2 wins, 3 losses, 1 draw. And this RSSR team, 7. So just a correction, the man in goal, number 28, Dwayne Thomas, for the Defense Force FC team. Early days yet in this game, as we saw the previous game, PVDM getting the better of the Police FC team. Police came on a bit better in the second half, but not able to get past the net. And PVDM getting the points from that one, 2-0. Also out there, Ian, our boys coming up against the Dominica this evening. And certainly we need a victory.
Yes, certainly they need a victory against Dominica. They hit the Crawford save there. And having beaten St. Vincent 3-2 in a come from behind win on Friday, of course, Canada beat St. Vincent 4 goals this evening in the first game of that doubleheader after beating Dominica 18 on Friday. So, of course, Trinidad and Tobago want to match and keep pace with Canada. Also, Defense Force and RSSR would want to get wins here as well. Defense Force, 7 points from 6 matches of just the 2 wins and the draw against the SSR team. They've played 7 games, 7 matches. They played 1 more, but they have 2 wins and, of course, 1 draw for their 7 points as well. Both teams on 7 points. 10 Defense Force are in the table and RSSR 11th on the table. Both teams very close to each other. So that would give an idea of how close they are in terms of matchups and what we can expect this evening. But of course, we see Defense Force already peppering the RSSR's goal, Farrell having to make them sub-seal. So this is RSSR looking to make amends. So this is Hackshaw looking to come away for Defense Force, but he's really persuaded and run down there. Hackshaw with a shot and another save Farrell is doing a lot of saves. He is supported here by his namesake on the opposite team, Farrell. This is a Clausel, but he just smothered away from RSSR, and Sibro intercepts. The defense force already peppering RSSR's goal. This is Clausel, another save from Farrell, certainly the busier of the two goalkeepers.
Certainly indeed. He has his job cut out here for him this evening, Farrell, and good attacking play from the defense force team. That man wearing that number 26, excellent indeed. Hackshaw, what a run. He came from the center, coming down, getting his composure, taking a shot. Good save there by Farrell. And then the ball played back in again, and we saw yet another save. So he has been tested on 4 occasions thus far, and he's certainly doing the needful for his team here this evening. San Fernando Giants maybe dethroned at the top of the table this evening, as we saw PVDM getting the better of Police. And they've moved to 16 points and may go to the top of the standings. It's a beautiful evening here at the St. James Barracks. Lovely. Just had a bit of work done there on that player. Ref Shali's hood, ensuring that all is well. Remember, the safety of the player is very important. So it's going to be Farrell with the goal kick. Again, defense force takes control, this time at the far right of the field. Back into the center of play. And this RSSR team needs to settle things. The late tackle coming. Seen some good defense thus far. So they are on top of the game. Hackshaw again once more on the left side. The Farrell looking for the strong tackle, and the ball is played out onto the right side of the field, looking for the throw-in. So the ball is constantly being pushed forward here by this defense force team. In this case, the control is now with RSSR at Man Golston. Again, good defense here by defense force, combination of Farrell . Bit of confusion, but there shouldn't be because they are in full control, this defense force team. Good ball control, lots of possession, excellent passing all around the field from the center back into the half, all the way back onto the right wing. And now again in front of goal. And this time, that man Hackshaw, he has been in the thick of things. And it's goal number 1. He was there waiting patiently. And again, Wason, just goes to show the defense force from the first whistle kept in control and has certainly redeemed themselves with goal number 1.
And you could have seen it would have just been a matter of time that defense force would have scored, because Farrell have been kept busy, made some telling saves, very good saves. And this time another save, he just parried it, not getting it out of danger. And of course defense force finally scored from a second chance, a rebound if it were. Hackshaw, who has been hitting some good shots in the first half, he does get one At the back of the net, defense force leading 1-0. Goal scored by Kishon Hakshaw in the 16th minute of play.
Excellent indeed. Well, again, it's back with the defense force, and they are really in control. Hakshaw again looking for that man back on the inside, and just losing it. Was looking to play that one into Clausel, but some good defensive work there by the RSSR player. That man, Isaac. Good attack there by Shem. George was looking for the control. Expansive run there by out on the far side by Morris, Anil Morris. Another veteran coming through from the Ascension football. So it's going to be Farrell here with the ball. Beautiful pass. And again, still into the defensive third of the RSSR team. It's back with Hakshaw. Lovely throw for that man. Good ball coming in, and what a save again by Stephen Farrell. Beautiful counter attack there coming just from that man on the left wing. Hakshaw again is involved in this game. He was the goal scorer. And now getting in, playing that one to his compatriot Isaiah Farrell. And good save by Stephen Farrell. So the Farrells all in the thick of things here this evening at the St. James Barrack. He's looking to get the ball out. As if to say it's been in his half all that RSSR keeper. So seems as out of frustration. The goal kick went straight off the field. 5 shots at goal, 1 getting home. So looking to again has that ball possession, that number 10, famous number, Aaron Lester. But the infringement came from one of the defensive players on number 11, Dwight Quintero. It's going to be O'Brien. Brian passing it back to Elcock. Long diagonal pass there for that man, Hakshaw, who comes in. And, oh, my goodness, the defense just let him pass. And what a beautiful bit of work there. But he was persistent and getting the corner. I thought there that the defense there seems that it was a bit asleep, as when they're seeing that man coming in. Seems to be, what, just about 200 pounds of him, like that guy Erlen out there in the EPL. And he probably got a bit scared. But this one is played. Again, out of the half, but well controlled and looking to get it away with the defense. RSSR, that guy Vasquez. As the ball is played out. So we're seeing some excellent football here being demonstrated by the Defence Force team. Remember, both teams on 7 points, and the Defence Force in 10th position, just with the goal difference. And with this goal, they've already scored, puts them in the ascension sheet. But Ian, saw that you didn't wear your red this evening. Congratulations to all our red fans, so to speak. Our Liverpool crew.
Well, I'm not a red fan. I more support City in the EPL. You know, I thought you were referring to the Trinidad and Tobago team this evening, but I have on black, and of course the flag is red, white, and black. So the black part of the flag I'm supporting today.
Oh, just having a little fun with you, brother. I was really meaning that Liverpool team, and what a game. And Jurgen Klopp seems that he's going out after this one, but a young team coming through as this one, finally we're seeing a shot at the goal here, but just going far left. And just to let our fans know, in case you're not down at the National Stadium or looking at it live, Trinidad is already 1-0 up. Excellent going indeed against the Dominica team. And we need to maintain that and keep that victory. Lovely pass here back at the St. James Barracks. Hackshaw is fighting that man. The defense looking to pull it back, but he's just losing it. Good hustle. Excellent hustle by Vasquez and Rogers. Just looking to bring down that man Hackshaw. Just lost control. And he's really putting up a fight here out on the left wing. Already credited a goal to his name. And back with the EPL, you know, it was a wonderful game today. Your Chelsea fans saw some goals also disallowed. That VAR system can really be something challenging. But, you know, Ian, I would think that, you know, referees, sometimes if you have a look at the VAR and you think, you know, that it's touch and go, you know, maybe you can stand your ground. I thought that the first goal that Van Dijk hit with the header could have stayed, but it was disallowed. What are your thoughts?
Well, I actually didn't see the game today, but in my past experiences with VAR, I know, well, most cases the VAR, the fourth official would inform the referee via communication, the technology, and they would tell him to look at the VAR. There is something that you missed. Now, it's still up to the referee to make the change of call or not. It's still up to him. But all what the VAR referee can do is inform him, you need to look at this, you missed something. Most cases, it will be overturned. But sometimes the referee would keep maintain his ground. So sometimes it goes like that.
And well explained indeed. And when they looked at it, actually, it was an infringement in the penalty area of an offside guy who was looking to bring down a guy who almost came in. But it's back with live action here as the ball is played into the defensive half of the defense force. RSSR looking to go at goal out on the far line and has drawn the throw. We're on the right side and looking to get that one in. It's RSSR. RSSR number 25. That's man Kado. Kado to Goldston. Goldston is with the ball here. And the head goes up. But some work. And drawing the corner. Looking for the set play. It's going to be the first corner here for the RSSR team. Seen more. The ball is still there. Some bit of uncertainty shown on the part, and not a bad effort there in the end from that man Vasquez, O'Neal Vasquez.
Defense force goalkeeper with the orange bib because his goalkeeper jersey is clashing with the RSSR uniform. Can be a bit confusing, so That's why he's wearing that bib, to differentiate himself from the rest of the team. But this is the defense force attacking on the far side. The lone man up front, Quintero, goes back to the return. And this is Quintero, this is Clausel, Quintero, Hackshaw. This is Quintero, he's trying to size it up. He has Hackshaw. Already scored a goal. And that's a beauty! Hackshaw makes it 2-0. Defense force already in this game. Just about a half hour. Defense force Hackshaw, his second goal already. Defense force already stamping the authority on this one.
Well, certainly indeed. And excellent. We saw that play coming from the counter all through the center. The ball went to the far right. And what a bit of play there. It was Clausel. Clausel passed it to Hackshaw. And Hackshaw just regains his composure. Very experienced campaigner. And he came with the volley. And I thought that the keeper just came off his line a bit too early. But nonetheless, it's 2-0 here in favor of the defense force. And now we see the counter-attack. It's Goldston looking for the set play here. Oh, looking for the short corner. Shem passes it to Hackshaw. Lovely play there. Good bit of dummy. Forcing that play there is Leicester. Some good bit of work. Some touch football we're seeing here from defense force. Back into the center half. Out to the far right. And good control, good possession. They're already 2-0 up. No need for anything drastic. Again, looking for that man, Hackshaw, on the left. But some good defensive work there. And it's going to be Goldston again. And Goldston, that striker just looking for the ball. Oh, looking for that. Certainly trying to make amends definitely there for that mistake. But in this time again, another shot at goal. And what a lovely volley there from that man. Excellent indeed. Akil Morris. Again, it shows that the possession and the ball control here of this defense force team, spot on. Goldston losing the ball, passing it, and it came to that man, Morris, Akil Morris, who certainly had his sight on goal, and an excellent strike indeed to finish things off. So the mistake taking place in the half of the RSSR team and then capitalizing. So 3 goals.
Must commend Zebulon O'Brien committing that mistake at the left back position. He did well to win the ball back, then send the long ball, the diagonal ball across the field. So he turned a mistake into a goal scoring opportunity. This is a number shot, that number 10 with a shot, that's Leicester. And pulling out another save of the goalkeeper. Now you have to feel sorry for Farrell, who has been doing quite well in goal. He made some telling saves, but at the same time, he let in 3. His defense is really letting him down there. He has been working a lot, working very hard in the first half. The score line is really not doing him justice. You will see the 3 goals against him, but you wouldn't see the saves that he would have made earlier in the half. Hackshaw looking for his hat-trick. A shot coming off one of the RSSR defenders. Shem is there. Hackshaw wins it back. He already has 2 goals to the good. Clausel, Farrell, goes all the way back to the goalkeeper with the bib, Dwayne Thomas. Can be familiar with another Thomas who was in goal for defense for some years ago, Hayden Thomas. It's a speedy Move on the right side, but Sibro just running out of real estate. Defense force, as I mentioned, the goalkeeper, a proud history of former defense force goalkeepers. Now at one time, the 3 national goalkeepers were all defense force goalkeepers. It was Ross Russell, Hayden Thomas, and of course Clayton Ince. And of course, there's another defense force goalkeeper in the thick of things with the national team, Brigitte, who's doing quite well for defense force. Got a man of the match performance for defense force tier 1 team in the win against Police on Friday.
Certainly, indeed. It just goes to show the discipline, the commitment through the years. And now coming down as another goal. Another goal. This one was played from the set play. The ball coming across. We'll see who that goal is credited with. Well, it's 4-0 up. And we'll just confirm who got the touch in. But a good bit of work there we saw from Sibro. Just as we were talking about the defense force and the wonderful goal keeper's history through the years, the set play came and O'Brien. So we got the confirmation. Goal scored in the 33rd minute. And it was that man, Zebulon O'Brien. Excellent indeed from the set play. So goals coming in the 16th, the 28th, the 30th and 33rd minute. And defense force certainly full control of this game. Some rough bit of work we see given here by King, Dalton King. But it's going to be Hackshaw again. And it's back into Zebu. 4 goals down. Did you see this coming?
When you look at the 2 teams, where they are in the standings, one right above the other, Defense Force 10th, RSSR 11, they're both on 7 points. I didn't see this happening. The Defense Force will be leading 4-0. And somehow you get the idea they are not done yet.
Well, at the start of it, just looking at the combination of Hackshaw, Clausel, and Sibro, and Sibro on the far right. Again, in play in front of goal, and could be, a chance gone a begging here. This could have been number 5. It looked that way, but just probably looking to be too cautious, but some good defensive work coming up on the part of that RSSR player there, getting the ball out. And oh my goodness, to go down 5-0 here before that half-time. Just about 10 minutes of normal time to go in the first half. Sure, we may see some changes coming certainly in the second half for this RSSR team. But again, look at this poor bit of work here, but good stop by that man, Stefan Farrell. Oh, I think that's the 9th shot at goal. But again, some poor defensive work there. The ball coming in, and I would have thought that the RSSR fielder that player should have just get behind that ball and get it out. But he tried to control it, passing between his legs, and the shot coming. Some good bit of dribbling here. Oh my goodness, that man Hackshaw, and he has a chance to get his hat trick. He's going for goal, and what a shot, and good stop, but again, couldn't stop the rebound. And it's goal number 5, but it all started with Hackshaw. It's going to be that man, number 13. Yeah. Akil Morris. Excellent, excellent football we're seeing here. But again, it started with that man, Hackshaw, getting the ball, dribbling his man, dribbling one, dribbling two, getting into the defensive third, and just passing it off to Akil Morris, who he had the shot, Hackshaw. It came off the keeper. Well, Farrell really has his work cut out here for him this evening. So again, it's 5 goals now. Some better work there. Goldston is that man. He's hustling his man. He's moving. He's holding on to the ball a bit too long. He needs to get the pass out. We've already beaten Hackshaw. He was on the ground, but he still decided to go. But it's going to be the counter-attack here now. It's that man, number 16, making his way for the long ball. But some good defensive work, and they're going to take it to the line. And it seems that, yes, indeed. So, Kevin Drayton was that man. We go to the far right, into the half of the defense force team, looking to pass the ball. And that's the problem I'm seeing from the RSSR team this evening. They're getting some ball possession, but then holding it on too long. Rather than passing, they're looking to dribble one, dribble two, when they should be passing. They're already 5 goals down, and there we come again. Akil Morris on the far right, looking for that man, Dwight Quintero. And having a shot at goal and just evading that far left post. Good football. Defense force, number 10 on the table, but playing excellent indeed. Looking certainly to move their way up after this game this evening. So we're going to see a substitute, and it's going to be number 18. He is going to be Tristan Perez. He's going to be going in for that man, Jamil Bailey. Correction. Donnell Hayward, the number 20, is coming off and introduced here in the 41st minute. So first substitution, and look at Hackshaw, as if he's playing as if they're 5 down, because he's fighting his man, probably looking to get that 6th goal in. Good to see the fight here. Realizing they're at the bottom of the table and need to move up. The ball is in the center of the play.
What I like about Hackshaw, when you look at him, he looks like a sizable guy. So, but don't let that fool you. He's moving very quick. He has some very nifty footwork. And to me, he is my player of the first half so far. He's a constant threat. And of course, you wouldn't write him off of completing his hat-trick. Aimed at Quintero. He has support. Hackshaw is there. Let's see what magic Hackshaw is going to produce. He passes to O'Brien. I just get excited when Hackshaw is on the ball. And because of his size, he's not going to be pounced off the ball that easily. And this is one of the players, this is what you would like to see in a player there. Strength. And this is a shot, another goal. Defense force are running riot here. Akil Morris completes his hat-trick. That's 6 for defense force. I know there's a TV show named 8 is enough. I would say 6 is enough.
Well, I tell you what, 8 is enough, 6 is enough. Well, there's also a show called The Love Boat, and I'm sure the defense force team is just loving it here right now, because RSSR, that team from Port of Spain, just around the area of East Dry River, Beetham Gardens. Oh, they're really under it here this evening. But they're not giving up. It's early days here. Just 41 minutes gone, and this is the first half. But I think credit really goes to that man, Hackshaw. Once goals come, it all seems to have started with that man, Hackshaw. Plays it in to Sebro. Quintero get a little touch on it, and Morris just finishing things off here with a hat-trick. This is good going. Well, will we see what the man we snacks for? It is enough. Will we see more goals here? It's raining goals in this St. James Barracks this evening. Just in case you've joined us, it's Tier 2 football. Defense Force FC coming up against RSSR.
And what I like about Defense Force, you're not seeing the players, not anybody holding on to the ball and running and not holding on to the ball. They are dispatching the ball quickly. If you see how some of the goals came, one touch, two touch, you see the third touch will be to the number 13 running on the right, Akil Morris. Then he would cross the ball. They are not wasting time with the ball at their feet. They are getting rid of the ball quickly, and this is what is beating RSSR. There are 1, 2, 3, 4 touches sometimes from between the goalkeeper and the Akil Morris. It's just sometimes just 3, 4 passes, and that's the pace, and that is what Defense Force is bringing to the table today. And it's no wonder they are leading 6 goals to nil. A hat-trick from Morris already. I thought Hackshaw would have been the first to get his hat-trick, and he must be looking to see to complete his hat-trick as well. And of course, Zebulon O'Brien with 1. So 6 goals to nil, Defense Force. We still have a minute or so to complete the first half. So don't adjust your sets. You are seeing correctly. We are in the first half. Defense Force leading 6 goals to nil over RSSR. What would Coach Dexter Harris or Garaway, sorry, what would these two gentlemen will be saying to their team in the locker room at halftime?
Well, I'm sure that's an excellent question, but I'm sure they would be saying, guys, we are holding on to the ball a bit too long. You know, that seems to be a problem in, I'm sad to say it, but I'd say it, in our local, some of the local football where the ball needs to be touch and go, just as we're seeing emulated here by the Defense Force team. Touch and go. Look for your touch players, look for those center forwards, look for your forward and your strikers and get the ball to them. RSSR keeping it a little too long. And here it is again, a shot at goal, and that's what I'm saying. Another shot at goal. This one just over the bar, and again, that man in the middle there. So it's Quintero in the middle, Morris on the far right, Hackshaw on the left, and those 3 guys seems to have been the combination that we are in 6 goals just at the halfway mark here. And RSSR, well, Garaway and company, when they get into the changing room at Harris, they're going to have that discussion. Guys, let's pass the ball.
And but it's going to be very difficult to get these players motivated to come out in the second half. Already down 6 goals to nil. As you mentioned, the trio up in front for Defense Force. On the left is Hackshaw, 2 goals. Morris on the right side with 3 goals. We need a center forward, Quintero. He needs to at least get 1. He had a clear header just now, but it was just a bit overweighted. He's tussling for the ball here, but for one time, one of the RSSR players wins the ball. But Defense Force are 6 goals to the good. We are in stoppage time in the first half in this one. But they need to get the ball first before they could pass the ball. This is Leicester, and that's the referee decides not to let the advantage players. Leicester was about to take off. Defense Force exercising their authority over RSSR in this encounter. Zebulon O'Brien, Farrell. Defense Force knocking the ball. You're not seeing the only players who have seen holding on to the ball from Defense Force and running are the 2 wingers, Hackshaw and Thomas and Morris, sorry. And you don't mind that. You don't mind that. Each players have their roles. You don't want to see 6 and 7 players running and dribbling with the ball. And that's the halftime whistle. Defense force leading 6-0, not sparing the RSSR team. And I don't want to be the coaches and the assistant coaches for the RSSR because I don't even know how to bring a team back from this, because you have to get them motivated to come out in the second half. I've read some news reports where teams didn't even want to come back out in the second half. But you have to, first thing you have to do as a coach is get these guys wanting to come back out in the second half and then take it from there. Try to see, okay, let's get one back, let's make it 6-1, let's make it 6-2, let's lock up the back, let's see what we can do. And if we can't win this game now, let's see what we can do for the next game, because we still have a lot more games to play. RSSR, they have to travel or they have to host PVDM as a team that would have just won 2 goals earlier. So they need to, okay, we're gonna lose this game today, but let's see how we are going to work in the second half. We use the second half to correct the wrongs that we have made, because we have to play PVDM next week.
Well, certainly indeed. And motivation is the key word here this evening. I'm sure going to be coming out of the dressing room there from that RSSR team. And so it's halftime here. And the goal scored in the 16th minute and 28th minute by Kishon Hackshaw. Then goals came, a hat-trick from that man, Akil Morris, in the 30th and 37th. And just before that, O'Brien, he scored in the 33rd, and Morris completing his hat-trick in the 41st minute. Games yesterday, high scoring. San Fernando Giants, top of the table. They went down to UTT 5-2. And Guaya United getting the better of Club Sando 4-2. And Kunupia Eagles getting the better 2-1 of Hallam Strikers. So we'll be back shortly. 6-0 is the scoreline right here. And yes, I didn't stutter. 6-0 in favor of Defense Force.
Inside yet? know you have about $1 million yellow when you give me one. I know you have about $1 million yellow when you give me one. You have just the lime to sweat to what am I doing? What I'm going to suggest, or we see a project we have our plan, our trip, or we will have the next city, and I spoke to the man who comes to pick those cameras and a big light now. So the light will shine across on earlier. So as the music cut off, the MC does so you know some live entertainment, or they could be in, that's on across the next year, you know, they all let us start to play one time. So it will be like people who in the house, well, like Saturday or something, going to know where they're coming from, and I would think so, because all they across the road in the park. So everybody will kind of more or less kind of run across, you know, so all they're kind of out. What do you think of it? Because you see, inside they could have, inside the garden, they could have a table where the mature folks to sit down like and I think that. So to ask them to move for all it to go in the garage and then it will be real hot now, no breeze, no nothing, and everybody ain't really fit there. So I'm looking at while the DJ finishing in 11. I ain't feel no Dwight Williams, I tell you what right, he finished in 11. So I looking at all they come by like Colata, and all they come, all they go across the park easy and stuff like that. Nobody ain't gone really know what they're doing. And all the thing, just listen to when the MC say, you know how, well, they did the stuff. The MC will say, you know, have some live entertainment. And then, well, I guess you, if you should be there, you know, if I just start 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, and then I start in our way. And everybody who on the mature side of the end of the garage, or the people who will be on the side of the house, by the corner, everybody will kind of come across and find down.
Welcome back. It's the start of the second, well, getting ready for the start of the second half between Defence Force and RSSR. Defence Force I just want to bring you up to speed if you just joined us. A leading 6-0, a double from Kishon Hackshaw, one from Zebulon O'Brien, but a hat-trick from Akil Morris. He scored his goals in the 30th, 37th and 41st minutes, 11-minute hat-trick for him. Defense Force leading 3-0, and if you can look at the screen, they are ready, they are waiting for more. The RSSR team just getting their final words in to come out for the second half. But Defense Force looking like they're ready for another 6. They're already out in the field. They've been there for a while. And the RSSR team are now coming back.
Oh, well, thank you for, staying with us. And thank you so very much, Ian. And very interesting. When you look at it and you look at the stats, I would think that speed, possession, ball possession, turnovers, the set plays. We saw some 4 corners going down there, of which 2 of them went into the back of the net for the Defense Force team. The RSSR FC team being outplayed here just by the sheer speed, the quick turnovers, the set plays, winning the balls in the air by the Defense Force players. Excellent and good indeed. And looking at the Defense Force team here, the strength coming from the left and the right wing in the players of Morris and Hackshaw, feeding the ball into Quintero and company and executing. 6-0. We're getting ready for the first half, the second half rather, and it's play on. Are we going to see a difference here from this RSSR team? Need to get taken a bit too long with the ball, needing to pass. I heard Garaway just having a discussion with them at the half, letting them know that they're holding on to the ball a bit too long. And again, shot already at goal here.
Sometimes we want to blame players for holding on to the ball too long, but you can see he was looking for movement. And this is what we need to do. Sometimes players, when you're off the ball, you need to move off the ball. You need to start some runs so that the player on the ball can have an option. He was looking for an option for the pass, and everybody flat-footed. So players need to move off the ball to allow the player with the ball to get that pass. And that is what they have been lacking. They're flat-footed a bit too much.
Good observation as this one just falling out of play. Yes, indeed. Good observation. But I think that coupled with you're already 6-0 down at the start of the second half tend to almost make you flat-footed. No pun intended here. It's excellent football. TTPFL Tier 2 football. These two teams in 10th and 11th positions currently, but I'm sure the Defense Force team will be moving up after this evening game. Both teams going to have their second encounters. I think it's going to be on the 2nd and 3rd of March when they'll meet. RSSR is going to be meeting PVDM, and I believe Defense Force is going to be coming up against Club Sando. Those games are way off. And some rough bit of work here. Looking for the play. Quintero now on the right side of the field. Hackshaw is on the left. Some rough tackle there we see coming from Vasquez. But he doesn't have a choice at this stage. He's hustling for his RSSR team. And coming into the space. Looking for that option is Morris. And shouts of looking for that offside call, but the linesman flag is down. So it's going to be a corner. And again, the set play. And I'm sure RSSR is going to be a bit nervous here. Already seeing 2 corners turning over into goals. And, oh, ball coming in from that man on the corner there, Zebo, in to Sebro. And Farrell there being tested once more, but coming up the better this time. But it's going to be Hackshaw. And look at him out there on the far left wing for his team. Again, he's always in the thick of things. And just in case you're wondering, I was just informed that Trinidad and Tobago out there at the National Stadium are already 4-0 up, believe it or not. Excellent going, and this is a game we need to win against Dominica, as we're going to be coming up against the dangerous Canadians. That game is going to be on Tuesday evening. So good going there out there for those CONCACAF youth guys. Excellent indeed.
Defense force not letting up in the second half here. Zebulon O'Brien with the corner. He will take the corner for defense force on the right side. He's going to swing it in with his left foot. And let's see what defense was. A bit too full. This is Hackshaw. Hackshaw goes back. He has support. This is Morris. Morris looking to go wide back to, which is to Zebulon. Trying to go around his. Wins another corner. Looking to. In fact, it's a goal kick. He came back off of him after the defender got a touch. So defense force leading 6 goals to 0. RSSR. Oh, this is Shem. Leicester. Quintero over the bar.
Yeah, a bit too aggressive on this occasion there. Getting the ball. Beautiful tackle, beating his man, getting the ball on the right foot. But a bit too much power on that occasion. Quintero, we saw him earlier on in the play in the first half, getting into the thick of things, getting one that he headed over bar, and this one, just volley that one over bar. I'm sure Stefan Farrell, the keeper for this RSSR team, is going to be quite happy with that, realizing we're already into just about 5 minutes of play of the second half, and already his goal has been challenged on 3 occasions. Beautiful evening and light gale blowing over the ground. That number 10 player for RSSR seems to be good quality, a young guy, O'Neal Vasquez, out on the left wing. Tend to play. See, bro, they're just playing the ball out of play. He was calling on that man, Morris. A rare bit of infringement we've seen there by that man. Again, is back within the defense force half. But I'm sure Akil Morris and Sebro making amends there for that poor bit of work. Some rare blemish on the defense force card this evening. And this is a lovely ball coming through the space here. Oh, just coming off the face of the goal. And there was Hackshaw with a left foot trying to make amends. But what a beautiful ball. Excellent ball just coming in there. Magnificent indeed for Morris on the far right to play it across of the goal. Easy. Just a bit too much aggression. And certain chance gonna begging. But again, we're seeing the positive ball playing, ball striking, ball possession, 1-touch, 2-touch passes. Again, it's defense force, but a good bit of defensive work here we see this time. Need to get the ball off. Just pass the ball, needing RSSR again holding on to the ball a little too easy. And off the ball foul. by that man, Drayton. Fouling Isaiah Farrell. Oh, rough tackle again, Farrell. Isaiah Farrell. And Dwayne Thomas, as you see, the man with the bib for Defense Force, not really having much to do thus far in this game. So if Defense Force looking a bit shaky in this state of play in the second half. You think that they're just a bit too confident with that 6-0 cushion?
If you look at the first half, they didn't score their first goal until the 16th minute when Hackshaw scored, and it took another 12 minutes in the 28 minutes to make it 2-0. That period, they scored the next 4 goals in the space of 11 minutes. So it's just that little period that RSSR were playing, and they were matching them, and they were doing their bit to keep Defense Force off the score sheet. We could be seeing another period where they will be doing just enough to keep Defense Force off the score sheet. Farrell made some telling saves in the first half before Defense Force finally scored. Morris, this is Quintero looking for Hackshaw on the left-hand side. He's been bothered here, but he does well, uses the support that he has. And this is Farrell here for Defense Force. He has Sebro, he decides to go forward. Clausel goes back to McIntyre. McIntyre uses Sebro. So Defense Force just getting possession of the ball and holding on to the ball with some touches. Not too much players running and dribbling with the ball. I think that is clearly the job of Morris and Hackshaw. But everybody else simply doing what they are supposed to do, playing their role quite well.
Certainly, indeed. And I'm sure, you know, looking at it, the RSSR team is going to have a, you know, just whilst they're observing, realizing that maybe they just need to, you know, take a page out of the Defense Force book, as that one loose ball played there again for that man Lester in the middle from Hackshaw. A bit of hustle there. Some good defending again by RSSR, but Sebro's fighting. Good tackle. Again, the 1-2 pass. Quintero into that man, just pulling down his man is Clausel. Good fake there. But now we're under counter-attack, but a bit too aggressive pass there. Looking for Drayton in the center. Just a bit too much on that one. But we're seeing the possession again with the Defense Force. One-touch passes. And this is good. They're using the entire pitch, the width of the pitch, the length, getting the ball to the wingers, the left and the right winger in Hackshaw and Sebro. And then dragging the defense far right and placing the ball back into the middle with these guys, Quintero and Morris, who goes for goal. This is good, and now we're going to see another substitute in players. Number 11, it's going to be Jaleem Ramaya and Khalid King. They're going to be coming on. Let's see, we're going to see who the player is going to be coming off. Oh, some poor bit of work there on that occasion. But here's Morris again on the far right. Controls, beats his man, looking for the cross. Good tackle. Good work there on that occasion from the defensive player on the RSSR team. But getting the ball back into play here, that number 10, Aaron Lester, who gets just before that 6-yard line. RSSR takes control, moves the ball up front. Here's the waiting part of Goldston, but Goldston loses it. Sebrew into Morris. Back to Sebrew. Looking for the control. Plays it back into center field. Into Isaiah Farrell. Farrell plays it on to that man, Elcock. Elcock, one of the veterans on the circuit. But you know, another thing I've noticed, this RSSR team is quite young. Young outfit. And this is good for them, showing here Tier 2 football, you know, having the legs as the substitute. So it's going to be Khalid King, number 9, and Jaleem Ramnat, and he's going to be replacing number 22. 22 is that man, Jaleem Belcon, and number 8, Anthony George. So substitutions here, the second half for the RSSR team. Bringing on some fresh legs, looking for some fresh minds, fresh creation. Defense force again with the ball. I'm sure ball possession here in terms of time could easily be in excess of some 40 minutes. But we're seeing a better effort from the RSSR team. And this half, they're showing their worth. They're passing the ball more now. Goldston and Vasquez controlling things. Dragging the ball out onto the far left is defense force. Good bit of hustle. Seeing the ball coming in. Some good one-touch pass again. Passing onto the far right here is that man, Sebrew. Back to Morris. Morris looked to brings it in. Just losing it, but a good bit of hustle from Drayton. Just holding on a bit too long. Maybe seeing a bit of jaded legs there on the part of Morris. Yeah, no. Wasted pass by that man. Caught sleeping on that occasion, Quintero. On a rare occasion, Quintero was caught sleeping. Good pass. But not in control. Looking to play this one back into the half there. Thomas. Beautiful pass down the right wing there again for Akil. A high ball and played out of bounds by that man, Goldston. RSSR not giving up, looking very confident, not just letting the defense force coming into the half as if to say our goal is, you know, just available. They're defending, they're playing. Yeah. Seeing Sebro now not getting his passes as accurate as we saw him earlier on. And this one is going to be played out of bounds. Some poor passing. This one is played up for Quintero. Quintero getting the better of his man on that occasion. So with this win, the defense force, well, I'm taking full confidence and saying with this win, I mean at 6-0 down, it's not impossible, but it's highly improbable that RSSR can do some damages, as I see my fellow commentator here recently are just smiling. You know, it's going to move defense force on 10 points now of 7 games. And they may probably move up the table into, I would make them what? Maybe 8th place? Yeah. Again, out there at the Hasty Crawford Stadium, Trinidad and Tobago 4. And the Dominican Republic 0. So another game, it looks like it's going to be in favor of TNT. So it's RSSR, and they have a throw on, but again, some excellent defensive work, but they're going to be winning back the ball. It's that man, Vaquez, who's driving. Good shot at goal. Thomas on that occasion had to do the needful, as we see a substitute here. It's going to be number 15. And that's Terrell Bugros. And Morris, I thought earlier on that his legs look a bit jaded. Well, he's going to be coming off, and he's going to be replaced by that man, number 15, Terrell Bugros. And it's going to also be number 19 for Jerick Josiah. And it's going to be Aaron Lester and Akil Morris off. Here we see Quintero into the man. Now come onto the field. It's Josiah. Terrell Bugros, rather. Looking for the throw. Not a bad throw. Good bit of work. Good one-touch passing. And we're seeing a much better hustle here from this RSSR FC. And again, it's showing that not holding on to the ball, getting the plays, you're already into your opponent's half, move the ball, look for the touch. This is a good ball inside! And not a bad effort on the part of that man, Drayton, but going just over the far post. So we're seeing some efforts now being created here by this RSSR team, and with the substitution plays, not holding on to the ball and moving it into the field of the defensive force. Not bad going this time.
Yes, and RSSR having a better second half, and this is what we were seeing at the close of the first half. What they would do, what they would want to do in the second half is just, okay, that's 6 goals we got in the first half, let's put that behind us. We may not come back into this game, we can't get a win, might not even draw, but what we can do is just fix these things in the second half and see what we can adjust, because we still have to play PVDM next week. We still have a lot more games to play, and we are seeing RSSR with a better, much improved second half. They brought out a very good save from Dwayne Thomas as well. So they're doing a lot better in this second half. They're able to hold the defense force at bay, and not adding to their six goals they scored in the first half.
Certainly indeed. And maybe they listened to you just at the end of the first half, just advising on, you know, the ball possession, the passing, the touching, getting the better set plays, moving the ball a bit quicker, not holding on. And they're showing themselves much better here. But it's defense force again coming, and that man, Quintero, looking to pass the Cibro, rushing on down the right flank. But only able to get it to the keeper. Again, the counter attack. We're seeing that man, Vasquez, holding on a bit too long. I thought that he had the shot. I know he didn't have much support, but I thought that, you know what? It's nothing if I take a shot.
He had no support, and it was 3 yellow jerseys he was seeing in front of him. This is Farrell. Farrell seeing movement. He tries to free Jerick Josiah Erickson Williams. Pretty long name, actually. And I thought by now Hackshaw would have added to his 2 goals to complete his hat-trick. He hasn't been clear. He hasn't been given a clear shot on goal. A very contrasting second half for Hackshaw. This shows the amount of work RSSR would have put in at halftime. I don't know what the coach said, but whatever he said is really working in the second half. The defense force are kept at bay. We are just have about 15 minutes to go, and whatever stoppage time we have to go in the second half, defense force not adding to their goals and could possibly have a goalless second half.
Well, it's left to be wait and see. But again, credit goes to RSSR. Much better second half. They're seeing, and it's proving, bringing some results. Shots at goal. We saw Thomas having to save just a couple plays back. Oh, poor bit of work there by that man, Goldstone. And brings Terrell Bogros into play. Good control from Cibro, looking to dribble, losing the ball, regaining the composure. Again, it's a 1-2 play here. But off the ball, as there's a player down, he's looking for some assistance. Seems as it's maybe cramps. He's going to be attended to by the physio of the RSSR team. Again, we're seeing some more substitution now. It's number 7 and number 3 for the RSSR team. Kaida King and Joshua Miguel. So it's going to be a substitution here for another substitution, the RSSR team. And it's going to be players Joshua King, number 3, and that man, Kaida King. More youngsters. And Joshua Miguel, number 3. He looks like one of the youngest players on the RSSR team. It's like a 17-year-old. He's on for number 17, Sean Rogers, the man who needed the assistance a while ago. Just a bit of stoppage of play here with the substitution. So it's played back on. Just on about 12 minutes or so to go in regular time. So it's going to be Sebro into the left back, Jerome McIntyre. Hackshaw is looking to hustle that one over there on the left wing. But certainly they did their work to keep Hackshaw out of the second half. Hasn't had much touch of the ball. But RSSR looking for the hustle, but losing the ball. For this man, Quintero, into Bugros. Bugros on the far, looking to beat his man, pulling him. Looking, still getting the cross inside, but only able to find the defender. Oh. RSSR, Kaida King, winning the throw. Could see the average age probably, and I'm just guessing here, of this RSSR team could be around, I make it 19, 20. Oh my goodness, what has happened here? Here was that man, Stefan Farrell, and a goal credited here by Quintero. Well, well, well. Open arms, you call that. There was Stefan Farrell. He seemed that he had it, but then it just went between the arms and legs, smothered it, and a poor bit of goalkeeping effort, rather. And it's goal number 7. Ian, in your days, I'm sure you would have stopped that.
My days would have been about 1,000 years ago. But finally, Quintero would have got on the score sheet. Remember, as a central striker, he wasn't on the score sheet yet. He scored, one of the wingers scored a hat-trick, another of the wingers scored 2. And it was just him who was missing out. So he finally got on the score sheet. I have to feel sorry for Farrell, though. He made some telling saves. He conceded 6, and this is the only big mistake he would have made in terms of saying that he should have stopped that one. The ball just rolled under him for the 7-0 scoreline. Defense Force leading.
Oh, yes, indeed. 7-0. Defense Force against RSSR here. Remember, it's TTP FL Tier 2 football at the St. James Barracks. Oh, and this one is going to go out of bounds there. Looking to speed up the play on the counter-attack. King was looking to play that one into Isaac, but Isaac was moving at the rate of knots and missing that pass. So it's going to be another substitution in 17 and 16 for, that is Jelani John and Kellon Serrett. And off is going to be the goal scorer, the man who just scored that goal there, Dwight Quintero. And the number 5 is the next player of the field, Zebulon O'Brien. So some fresh legs, probably just to tighten things up at the back. Defense Force is going to be rollicking home. I make it just about 7 minutes to go in this, the second half. And not sure what's going to be adding on there for stoppage time. Farrell looking to clear that one off of his line. Some good hustle here. But RSSR, you know, they came out with a bang. They came out hustling. They came out looking to pass the ball, getting the ball from the wings into the center of the play, getting it into the half of the defense force. But defense force players much bigger, faster, and always able to win the ball back. Thomas is probably on with his probably 4th touch of this ball in the entire game. As Farrell on the other end, he had his work really cut out here for him, getting 7 past him, and he held quite a bit also. As we're coming down to the closing minutes of this, the second half. And I'm sure RSSR is going to be hoping maybe they can pull one back, maybe they can put one behind the nets. Rough bit of tackle out there, Hackshaw and that man, Tristan Perez. Finally, the whistle goes for the infringement. It's coming in late on that time. It was Hackshaw. And we're seeing another substitute here. Just a few minutes ago, a shot at goal, but it deflected off of Jerome McIntyre, the left back. So it's going to be 8 coming on. That is Shandon Llanos. And he is going to be coming on for that man, Isaiah Farrell. So thanks very much, Mr. Farrell. You've done good for your team. Shots at goal. There was just one green jersey. And again, that's showing another challenge with RSSR. A cross coming into the center of play and only one green jersey. Seeing one of the subs, Joshua Miguel, on the ball for RSSR. Doing good to win the ball over his man. Here comes number 7, doing the hustle. Will get inside, clear goal. Oh, waited just a bit too long. Oh my goodness. Wason.
Well, a mistake from McIntyre at the back. The goalkeeper did very good to come back because he was nowhere near there. And you have to give Dwayne Thomas credit, huge credit for getting back between the sticks and creating a big save and keeping the clean sheet for defense force. He comes back into action. Here comes, a good effort from McIntyre, another save from the goalkeeper, and RSSR, you must say this was the best moment for them in the game.
Oh, certainly indeed, certainly. 3 shots coming in quick succession off the set play, but I really thought that man, Kaida King, who came on as a substitute in the second half, just I think it was about the 58th minute or so, he got it, he shot, he turned, he had the shot at goal, but a bit too late. But just as you alluded to, Dwayne Thomas, after coming off his line, just getting back between the sticks and stopping that one and moving fast and furious 11, because he had 3 shots in quick succession and he was able to keep it out. Excellent indeed, but good work from the RSSR team, just showing their resilience and, you know, they're not giving up. It's not over till it's over. Yes, they're 7-0 down, but they are going the distance. Earlier on, you said 8 is enough. Are we going to see an 8th by the defense force team?
Right now it's 7. You all know what that number implies. Try to cap his man, but I think the shop is closed for that. Sebro. Oh, just stretching for that ball there. Here comes RSSR. Number 3, Miguel looking to get the ball in. Joshua Miguel, but Llanos was in the way. It's a corner. So Miguel winning the corner for RSSR. Speedy little youth. A speedy young fellow. Bringing some energy into the RSSR's game. Young man, just 15 years of age. It's good to see these young players playing at this level. So don't mind the scorecard. Don't mind the score sheet because it reads 7-0. It's a young team and they're getting good exposure. They're getting good experience. They are lacking experience because some of these defenders are past Pro League players. We have Sebro, who has Pro League experience, Rodel Elcock. These guys, Shem Clausel played Ascension football. They're playing against players who have a lot of experience and who could be their parents. But forget that. It's all about experience. And once RSSR continues together, they will only get better as they get more experience and they get more older. These are some of the names you will be hearing in schools football in time to come. Joshua Miguel, look out for these names. But they shouldn't get too despondent. They're a young team, school-age players, young players. They will only get better. And in time to come, you're going to hear good things from this team.
Certainly indeed. And, you know, I had to speak about that young man, Joshua Miguel, because when I looked at his burst of speed coming up the left wing there, he outran Sebro there as if he, you know, I said earlier on Fast and Furious 11. You know, he really had some legs under him, and Mbappe comes to mind, you know, small but quick, speedily winning his man. And this is good to see that the youth, the game is in excellent hands. And remember, this team is coming from the Beetham Gardens area. Excellent indeed to see the youths are coming out and supporting. They're going under here this evening, but they're not giving up, and I'm sure they're going to be back with full resilience. They're going to be coming up against PVDM, and that game is going to be on the 3rd over the weekend, 3rd of March. So the scoreline, goals coming in the 16th, 28th, 30th, 37th, 30th, 33rd, 37th, and 41st minute. 7-0. But we're seeing some good injection here from the RSSR team with this batch of young subs coming onto the field and really putting a bit of pressure now on the Defence Force team, showing them that, you know, they're not just going to lay back and take that 7-0. As we're seeing a host of different possessions now. Changing plays. But the defensive back four just not letting them in as easily as they would like. And Hackshaw is being pulled down here. Certainly late, very late coming in there. Very, very late. And the referee there, a bit lenient, but not bad at all. So it's going to be that man. Bugros looking to beat his man, but losing it in the efforts. Coming in at a Empty ball, but looking at again number 26. RSSR. So the midfielder there just passing it back onto the winger in Sebro. Brings it back to the left back, Jerome McIntyre. He has certainly done his share of defending for this defense force team. Oh, some poor bit of marking here, but that pass, looking to get it there into Bugros, creating the spaces, creating the plays, but a bit touched too much.
What I like about defense force, you're seeing them moving off the ball, they're creating spaces for themselves and creating options for the player on the ball. This is Sebro in a battle with Miguel, but he has support. He's using his support on a missed pass there from defense force. And the young players injected into the game. King was doing quite well. Clausel. This is King for RSSR. Clausel getting a tackle in there. Good nifty feet from Jelani John. Jelani John winning the free kick for the first card. Is this the first card of the game? And stoppage time in the second half. The very first card in this game, in contrast to the game earlier where we had 3 cards from one team, from police. This is the first card. I think it's what? Joshua Miguel. Sebro on the right. Goes back to McIntyre, the referee in the team. Some nifty work from Vasquez. This is Miguel. Good with his left foot. Nifty little young fella, only 15. Look at me, but good picking out from Sebro. The good thing about it, maybe well, good thing for some of the players, but bad for the teams. You know, teams like RSSR and these teams are feeder teams for the bigger clubs with more money. So some of these players, all these players like King and these guys who we are seeing and we are liking, other teams will be seeing them and liking them too. So the teams with a bigger pull, the teams like Defense Force themselves, you can well see some of these guys going in Defense Force in the Tier 1 or even this same Tier 2. And this is the final whistle as Defense Force come away with a 7-0 win over RSSR, a young team. Let's not forget that. It's a young, brave team. Good work for them. A hat-trick from Akil Morris, a double from Kishon Hackshaw, one each from Zebulon O'Brien and Dwight Quintero. Defense Force with a 3-0 win. And of course, they will go up to 10 points and they will jump 2 places on the table, just depending on what would happen with Cunupia Eagles FC. But of course, they will leapfrog Police, who lost earlier today, and they will go up on 10 points. Just wait to see what would have happened when Cunupia's game. But Defense Force, of course, making that upward climb in the table.
Oh, certainly here indeed. So an excellent evening coming to a close here. Defense Force getting the better of the youthful team, but again, spare a thought for Miguel and Vasquez, Goldston and company, some really young guys, 15 years old. Joshua Miguel coming out here and showing his true grit. And Vasquez, young team, and I'm sure we're going to see much more of them. Excellent indeed. So Ian, has been a wonderful evening. Excellent football. Credit goes to PVDM getting the better of Police FC in the earlier game. And now in this evening, Defense Force 7-0 RSSR going down under.
Thank you for joining us for the past 2 matches, and from all of us to all of you, have a great evening, and remember it's TTPFL 2.
I don't know if it's coming. I don't know if it's Let's not get the next one. I'll be check 20 back.